Hello. So, the question that the professor asked us to answer was, do we feel that the mask mandate should be lifted or should not be lifted for Baltimore City Public Schools? I personally think that the mask mandate should not be lifted for Baltimore City Public Schools. The reason is because as the numbers are rising in the state of Maryland, and it is currently rising daily, parents should be concerned that the mask mandate is no longer in effect, that their children and staff in the schools are not fully vaccinated, which you can still catch COVID even if you are fully vaccinated. With the new COVID variant Omicron rising in the state of Maryland, we do have 3 cases that are active in the state of Maryland. And the numbers are rising again daily because of COVID numbers. It's hard to decipher whether a person or a child has COVID or just a general cold or the flu, as all of those symptoms do kind of tie neck to neck, and they are similar to what the COVID symptoms are. Um, Only 12% of children ages 5 to 11 have been fully vaccinated. There's not even half of the children that are not vaccinated that are in schools. Virtual learning has been taken a curve and are no longer offered at many schools, and now students are required to attend school face to face with other students, peers, and teachers and staff. So, as of December the 1st, the Omicron variant has been reported in nearly 40 countries. State data shows that no district has 80% of its staff and students vaccinated, and community spread is at substantial levels in the 24 of Maryland's school districts. As stated by the president of Maryland Education Association, Cheryl Boss, masks are important because not everyone can be vaccinated. We need to improve the rates of the vaccination first before we can lift the mask mandate. As of Tuesday, more than 7,000 Maryland public school students were in quarantine either due to a COVID-19 infection or a close contact with someone in their household or someone who has been affected. So as a parent, as a mother, as a student, as a healthcare worker, the mask mandate should not be lifted, as we are still in a crisis dealing with COVID day by day, and loved ones are being lost. I understand that, students are at a young age where they want to interact face to face with their friends, their peers, or even teachers want to identify a student by their face and not just their name. However, because of the crisis, we should not lift the mask mandate. I personally don't think that it should be lifted. I think that my son is only 2, so I think that at an age of 5 to 7, where students are in pre-K and kindergarten, that they are not aware that a cough needs to be covered, by their elbow and not their hand. So children do spread germs. Children are the carrier of germs. A lot of the children during this time in the fall winter seasons, they carry RSV, which is a respiratory virus. So necessarily, you don't know how to decipher whether a child is sick by a general cough, a general cold, or if it's the flu symptoms, allergies. You just don't know. So I don't think that the mask mandate should be lifted.